Okay, we're live. I'm just going to give it a minute before we kick off. Say hello in the chat if you're there. Let me know if my audio sounds okay. I'll ask again when we get into the game itself. Just going to quickly... Oh, can I reach? Just about. Get my phone. Okay. Anybody there? Hello? Anybody in the chat? Say hello, that would be nice. Once I can see that people can hear me and I can see that people are there, I will kick things off, I guess. Hey Jen. Cool. Okay, I'm just going to give it a little bit longer. Okay, that's a couple of minutes. Let's kick things off. So, Myst. Let's do it. Hello. Yeah, just let me know that you can hear the game audio and me. If you need me to turn the audio up during... Actually, I will do that. I'm going to turn the game audio up for cutscenes. It seems like a sensible thing to do. Here we go.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Dun dun dun! Right, turn the audio back down a bit. Go around there. Okay. So this is OG Myst. There are multiple ports of this game, if you didn't know. This is the original, which runs in 8-bit colour. There is a Masterpiece edition of this, which runs in 24-bit colour. There is a 3D remake called Real Myst, and yeah, there's another version of Real Myst called Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, which is like a HD version of the 3D remake. Very good stuff. Hey Aaron, cheers for coming out, buddy. So yeah, we'll jump straight in, I guess. So this is the first Lincoln book. This takes us to Myst Island. You get a little flyover. It's like gonna figure out where my... Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's go. Cool. So this is Myst Island. This is where you're gonna see most of the action. So first things first, we'll get to the first clue in the game. And I'll basically just talk you through it, just if you've ever been interested, because I only played this for like the first time maybe a couple of years ago, and just fell in love with it, and I've become obsessed with the franchise since. So yeah. So there's a little note down here on the ground. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve this message. Yours, Atris. So, marker switches then. I'll show you what they look like. Here's one. So they're all switched off. Click this and it turns on. So we want to go and do that. Find them all, turn them on. So that's the second. Hello Mark, by the way. That's the third. This one over here. That's the fifth. I'll go down here, and there's another one. It's the sixth. There is one here. 7, 8, and there's one over there. 9. However, we can't get to that one, so don't count it. So, 8 marker switches. Had this game with the PlayStation, had no idea what the hell I was supposed to be doing. That's pretty much most people's experience of it. I remember the first time I played this on a friend's PC, just exploring and not really know what the hell was going on and why nothing would progress. But yeah, once I went through it for the first time with a walkthrough, the logic of it started to make a little bit more sense. So, like I say, 8 marker switches. So, this is the imager. If I click this button, there's a little number panel comes up. So we'll put in 8. Bosh. And then if we press the button on the imager...
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Okay, so yeah, that's a lot of our first, like, information that you're going to need to, you know, solve the puzzles with. Hey Aaron, good to see you, buddy. Glad your internet's fixed, Jen. Lovely stuff. Okay, so a lot of talk about libraries there. So let's go into the library, I guess. Which is this joint. Okay, so the library has a few things that are interesting. 2 paintings, a bookshelf, blue book, fireplace, map, red book. So these books are going to be your first point of call. So take the page, stick it in the book, and we'll get a little message. So this is going to be extremely difficult to decipher at this moment because, yeah, basically these books are missing pages, and that's why the message is really like massively interfered at the moment. It will be the same for the blue book, but it will be a different guy in there. Gosh. So yeah, you get the idea. Right, basically, the blue book is Akina, and the red book is Cirrus, and they're trapped in those worlds. Each of the books that have a video panel in them are basically linking books to different ages or worlds or whatever the hell you want to call them. And yeah, those two lads are trapped in those books, and they've got missing pages, so that's how they're stuck in there. You need all the pages to be able to connect to the world in the book. So, first things first, this map. So, activating all those marker switches allows us to rotate the tower, and when the line goes red, boom, like that, and we leave it on red, the tower has now moved towards that location. And this is how we get our hints as to how to access the different worlds in Myst. Okay, so that's pointing at the mechanical age, so we'll do that first, and I'll show you how we get up to the tower. So if we click this painting, it opens the bookcase, and there's a secret passage behind there, which we're now going to go into. So off we go. And away we go. Bosh. Okay. So, if we go up this ladder, you will see that we are looking at the entrance to the mechanical age. And on the other side of this room is another ladder, and here's the hint that we need to get into the mechanical age. So we've got a time, 240, and we've got three numbers, 221. So obviously normally you'd want to be making a note of this. If you're using a pad or paper, pen and paper, take a photo, take a screenshot, whatever. So I'm going to quickly do that as I'm going to play this properly. So 240, 221. 240 blaze it. Cool. So down we go, and we'll go and make use of this information in the correct place. Back down. $240p blazer. Yeah, the resolution of this game pretty low, but it's an old ass game. One of the first CD-ROM games. Cool. Right, now that we're done in there, if we press this painting, the bookcase will close and the door will open, letting us out of the library. Nice and simple. Okay, so yeah, you're going to be doing that a lot, basically, to get hints to access the different ages. There's 4 ages that you can get to from Myst Island, and we're heading to the first one now. So I am playing the PC port, and I'm running it through ScumVM. Nice and easy. Saturn version is a good port. Nice high resolution. Okay, so we've got a clock tower. So let's get 240 into the clock. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, there we go. And then press the button. Boom! We have a bridge to the clock tower. Let's go. And here's the last marker switch, so we'll activate that. Okay. Here we go, 3 numbers. So we want to line this up so that it's 2, 2, 1. Nice and simple. Hang on a sec. My bad. Rubbish. Reset that. Trying to remember the best method for this. There we go. Bosh. And with that opening, that now means we have access to the mechanical age. Saturn port doesn't have mouse support, I think, but should be able to do that in PCMU. Yes, you can. Very easy to do in emulation. But it's fine with the pad, honestly. Not a problem at all. But yeah, better port than the PS1 version, because, like I say, the graphics are nice high resolution, whereas they're not so much on the PS1 version. Okay, here we go. Here's our first Lincoln book, and this is going to take us to the Mechanical Age. Bosh. And here we are. So, at the start here you can see this little doohickey. You can make some symbols appear. There's lots of them. So we've got to find the code to open this to get out of the Mechanical Age. Now, in each age, there is a room for the two people that we saw in the books, Akinar and Cirrus, right? Akinar's a crazy sadist, so his room reflects that side of his personality, and Cirrus is sort of like conniving, evil mastermind, so his room's a little bit more, I don't know, just well kept. So yeah, you'll see that instantly. So this is Cirrus's room. He's got like paintings and art and models and a throne. So he thinks quite highly of himself, right? So each of these rooms has a page for their book in it. So, for example, if we hit this, little secret door over here, and there's a red page. So we can take that back to the book and complete more of Cirrus's message to see what he has to say. Alternatively, we don't have to go for the red page, we can go for the blue page, because, as I've just said, there is a room for both of the brothers. And here's Akinar's room. And like I say, he's a sadist, so there's all this torture stuff, and yeah, not a nice human being. He likes weaponry and whatnot. So there's some stuff in here you can mess around with, but it's not massively important, to be honest with you. We'll crack on. But yeah, his page is in here. So if you wanted to take the blue page instead, where are you? There it is, down there. I'm going to take the red page because why not? Yeah, there you go. There's lots of crazy little stuff that you can interact with, but it doesn't really do an awful lot in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so solving this. Hey Cherry. Let's go over here. Oh, no, that's the wrong way. Okay, cool. So, press this button. And we can access the underside of this elevator. And what we want to do is line up these two circles. There we go. So now the elevator is facing the right way. So if we jump back up, press the button, bosh, and we can go with the elevator. Up we go. Boom. Right. So, oh, actually, press this button, now leave the elevator. And then, bosh. Now we've got access to these two controls. Okay, so what's happening here is that sound determines what way you're facing, north, south, east or west, right? So that's north because that's the way we came in. So if I lift that up and move this forward, it will start rotating the tower, and then if I stop for a little bit and move it, different noise. So press the button. Now we'll go and see which way the building that we're in is facing. Bosh. I guess you guys are streaming some CD32 stuff tonight. Okay, here we go. So it's facing a new direction now, and we can get our first clue as to how to get out of this age. So, two symbols. Take a note of them, take a photo, take a screenshot, whatever. I'm taking a photo on my phone. Cool. So they're the last two in the four of that panel that we saw at the start there. So let's go and change the direction and see if we can get the other images. So there's a lot of back and forth in this game. I like playing this version because it's nice and snappy, because you can just click through the scenes a lot very quickly. Right, let's get access to the Switch game. Lovely stuff. Is this more charity shop stuff? Right, okay, so I'm going to move this again. Let's see which way we're facing. It's a different noise, so it's a different direction. Down we go. We'll go and see if we can get the other symbols for getting out of the age. Cool. And there we go. There's the first two. Again, make a note, take a photo. And that's all 4 symbols we need to put into the device at the start of the stage on the north side. So let's change the rotation back to north and head on out. When am I going to stream Five Nights at Freddy's? Probably never. So sorry to disappoint you. Streaming some chill stuff. Oh, need to press that button. It's stuff I know anyway. Cool. Okay. That one up, and we'll move the rotation. That's south, and that's north. So yeah, it's best to make a note of the sounds and what they relate to direction-wise, because you're going to need that for another puzzle later in the game. Sounds like a good time. Yeah, hopefully it is. I'd rather chill out and just have a nice time and chat with my pals. And there we go. Okay guys, so back to this device, and then we'll stick the symbols in. So the first one actually is this symbol, the next is this jammy, and then the third one is this boy, and the last one is the half circle. Boom! There we go, 1 age down. Back to Myst Island. It can't convince me to bring Brainlord. Look, I mean, there's still some fun in that, right? But like, I would kind of prefer it to keep it with Cammy played that. So if you do want to see someone play Brainlord, Cammy's your guy. Head on to over his channel, Co-Mutiny. Hey Vince, yes, this is the original Myst. Okay, so we're putting in the red page, and then we'll get more of Sirius's message. But it'll still be pretty incoherent because we haven't got all the pages yet. You can hear a bit of it, but he's not going to tell you anything you need to know. Anyway, massively unimportant until we get the final page at the moment. Okay, so let's go somewhere else. We'll do the next hint. We'll move the tower and we'll go stone ship. So this is probably one of the more involved like puzzles, but once you see how it works, it makes sense basically. Cool, let's open the bookcase and we'll head up the tower to go and see what the hint is. What is it like about Myst so much? Atmosphere, to be honest with you. I like exploring this place. I like how it's all creepy and desolate. I think it's a really cool world they've created. I think it holds up really well. And Oh, what's happened? Has it frozen? Shit. Ah, there we go. We good. Okay. Back over to the hint. We've got dates and times, guys. Okay. So let's make a note of this, and we're gonna put these dates and times into a little device in one of the other rooms on Myst Island. So back down the elevator. There we go. The animation worked this time. Hey. It's an old game, we'll let it off. Cool. Let's open the exit. Okay. So let's go into the observatory. Turn off the lights. Jump in the chair. And bring down the viewer. Okay, so this is where we're going to put those dates and times that we just took note of from the hint. So we'll start with October 11th, 1984. So we've got some sliders here. October 11th, 1984. Exciting stuff of putting things into an imager. Right, 10:04 a.m. Cool, and then we press the button and we get shown a constellation. So we want to be taking photos of these, making notes of them, what they look like, because they refer to something that we're going to go and see afterwards. So I'm going to take a quick photo of this. Cool stuff. Catch you later, Aaron. Catch you later, Cherry Terry. There we are. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, right, next one is January 17th. 12:07. And the time is 5:46 a.m. Bosh. And that's our next constellation. Take a photo. Boop. Oh, cool stuff. Good to know. Okay, last one. November 23rd. 9791. And the time is 6:57 p.m. Boom. And eventually there's our final constellation. Bosh. Right. Oh, that's a terrible photo. Let's try that again. I'm doing this on my phone, guys, so just so you know. Okay, cool. Right, so we got our constellations. We can come out of here and we'll head back to the library. Now, there are some unburned books on this shelf that relate to the ages. So that's the Channelwood age. Okay, so this is Stone Ship. Here we go, constellations. So we're going to refer to each of the constellations that we took photos of and figure out what symbols they relate to. So That's the second date, the snake. And that's the third date, the bug. And that's the first date, the leaf. So bug, leaf, snake. Okay, remember those symbols, because we're going to go and use them. So lining both sides of this area, there's a little water thing here, are a load of buttons with symbols on them. So we want to press the ones that we just discovered. Leaf was one of them. Turn around. No, not that one. Bug was one of them. And the snake was one of them. Hey! Running water. Something's happening. Cool. Right. And if we look around, oh look, a little boat has come out of the water. But if we look over by the coast, there's a big old boat's come out of the water. And that's the entrance to the Stone Ship Age. Boom. Open the door. There's your Lincoln book. And away we go. Oh man. This is chill. I love this goddamn game, man. Right. Okay, so we've got some stuff here. So that's the exit. It's flooded at the moment. We'll deal with that in a moment. There's some buttons over here. There's a way down which is also flooded. And there's a sort of lighthouse doohickey over here, which is flooded at the moment. Something up here which we can't get into because it's locked. So yeah, basically we're mainly going to be using these switches to have a little muck around. So let's press one of these to see what it does. So that has drained this. So if we go to the bottom, there's a chest of sorts. If you press this little switch down here, it drains the water out of it. And then we'll close the valve so that no more water can get in, because we're going to now fill this up with water and get that chest to float up to the surface. So we'll press this button, and that'll bring the water back up, and as you can see, the chest is now on the surface, which means we can use this key and open the damn thing. Boom! There's another key. Let's try it in here. Boom! And we're in. Okay, first bit of this action is powering this little generator thing over here. So if we hold our finger over this, it'll charge the electricity on this battery. So we just got to do that until it's at the top. And I think we're there. Let's go down. Right, so there's one other area we can go to in this age, and that is over here. If we climb to the top here, there is a telescope, and we can move this around, and basically we're looking for a light, because we just powered that light on, and there we go. So that's sitting at 135 degrees. So you've got to keep that in mind in relation to a 360 degree circle, basically. So figure out where that would be on the point of that circle, essentially, because that's going to be one of the puzzles. So keep that in mind. Again, make a note, take a photo. 135 degrees out of 360. Where would that be on like a compass or a circle, you know? If you worked your way from the top. Okay, so we drained this area, which means we now have access to these stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs is one of Sirius and Akinar's rooms. So this is obviously one of Akinar's rooms because he's got that crazy goth lifestyle going on. I love this ribcage lamp. If anybody can make me one of these, holy shit, I want that for my goddamn house. I have not played Return to Obra Dinn yet. I really would like to, but yeah. So yeah, there's some stuff in this room. There's obviously the page. We can pick up Akinar's page this time if you want to see some blue page action instead of some red page. While we're in here, by the way, there's this unit. Some stuff in it. In each drawer. Have a little look through. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what's this? Right. So this page here is kind of important. There's two halves to this. Take a photo, make a note, because this is a big hint to the final part of the game. So you got to be looking for this as well, basically. A lot going on. But yeah, that's like the final clue to completing this game with a good ending, essentially. So there's two of those, basically. Okay. You might notice there's a little red square on this wall. Let's jump in. And we'll go through. Now then. Here's what I was talking about with that puzzle with the telescope at the top here. So, think of a compass, 135 degrees. Where would that point you if you started from the top and worked your way round? It's this button, basically. There we go. The electricity's on. Boom! And that means we can get out of this age now. So, let's head back this way. I can't remember if this is the one we just came from. No, it is not. This is Sirius's room, as you can see, a little bit more ornate. Suits his personality. There's some stuff in here, more drawers, more junk to look through. And that's his page. Oh, okay, I've replaced it for the red page. Never mind, look, it doesn't matter which page you get. You don't have to get all the pages for both brothers, it's not important. It's the last page that's important, okay? So yeah, it's another drawer over here, some stuff, poison, daggers. They're an evil sort, these two lads. Right, let's get the hell out of this stage. So now we need to drain this exit, essentially, and that's the first button over here. Boom! And we can get out of the age. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I do really want to play Obra. I will get around to it. It's been on my wish list for a long time now. Okay, where's the linking book, I say? Oh, well, don't you just hate it, right? When you click on a table and a book grows out of it? Ugh. I hate it when this happens. But, here we go. This is how we get out of the stage. Back to Myst Island with the page that we just collected. 2 ages down, my guys. And we'll stick this in the red book. We'll get a bit more of Sirius's message. It'll still be pretty broken up though. You can just about make out what he's saying, but yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Like I say, it's not important until we get to the red page. Okay. Next stage. Let's do Channelwood. Boom. So, hurry up, tower. So let's head up and get our hint for accessing the Channelwood age. Boom. Up we go. Hopefully the animation plays out properly this time. Hope everybody's doing alright. Hope this isn't too boring. Hope this isn't too walkthrough-y, but I don't know. I just want more people to play it, man. Like I say, once you go through once with a walkthrough or whatever, the logic of the stuff makes sense. Okay, nice and simple. 724. Make a note. Taking a photo. Boop. Let's head back down and we'll make use of this in the appropriate area. Bosh! Back down. Cool. Right, so let's hit the painting for the open the exit. Bosh. And we'll head out this way. So, oh, there's these lovely little animations in certain places, like butterflies and birds and things kicking around. I like that sort of stuff. It's the only sort of like animation you get with the environment. It's very static otherwise. Safe. So 724, right? Bomb. Matchbox, match, light the thing, turn around, get that boiler active. Right, now we want to turn this valve and basically get this to maximum pressure, and then it's gonna move something. I will show you in a moment. There's a hint to it on the left here. There is a tree trunk. Oh, there we go, we're at maximum pressure. So if we come out... Oh, what's that noise? What's going on with this tree? The tree is rising, and there is a entrance into the tree. So we want to let this rise a little bit, because we're going to go in that entrance, but we need to make the tree descend. But we need to give ourselves enough time to get in there from the hut, basically. So let it rise. Let that do its thing for a little bit. That should be enough. So we'll go back into the hut, and we will now turn the pressure all the way back down so that the tree descends, and then we can jump in the little cutout in the tree basically and elevate our way down. Don't think that's the correct word for that. Never mind. Anyway, so now it's coming down. And when it gets to our level, we can step in. Nice and easy. Boom, and we're in. And down we go. Descending through the Earth's crust. There's obviously a book under the ground. Makes sense, doesn't it? Cool. This is the entrance to the Channel Wood Age. I like this age. Okay, so this one can seem a little bit daunting, but it makes sense as you play it. So we'll head over towards the windmill first, which is over here. Now you might notice this pipe. Well, basically we want to make some water flow through it. So if we head over to the windmill, little pumping station, if you activate this valve, the water will now flow, and you can hear the water running down the pipe now, which you couldn't before basically. So we'll follow the route of the pipe. So it's going this way. These little things will show what direction it's heading in. At the moment it's going off to the left, which is what we want. Hey Ian, you alright bud? Again off to the left. And over this way. We want to move that one. And then it is going over to this switch, which will now be powered because of we've flowed the water to it. Hey, Myst puns. Good stuff. Cool. We can now get over to the other side. Now this is actually the exit from this stage, okay? So not massively important at this moment in time, but it does mean that we can also extend this pipe, and that will allow the water to flow through so that we can get out of the stage. But we ain't going to go there just yet. I tell you where we are going to go though. So we'll go back to the start of the trail. So we'll start from here. So it's coming down this way. Let's change the direction. Make it go over here. Make it go to the right. And it's going to go over here. And that'll activate this elevator. Boom. Which will take us up into the trees, into the Endor village, where the Ewoks live, or something. It kind of looks like that, okay? Right. So, I don't know if I can show it to you. So just navigate around a little bit. Let's see if I can show you where I'm trying to go, basically. Okay, right. So, basically, we want to be able to go down these stairs, but this door is locked. And we also want to be able to go up this lift, but we can't do that at the moment because there's no water flowing to it, because that's a different direction down the bottom, okay? So I'll close that for now. But we need to open this door, basically. Now, around here, there is a section near the center with a switch that should allow us to open that door. So I've just got to go and find that quickly. Okay, that was the entrance. There we go. So we'll do that, and boom, in the distance there you can see the door opening. So let's head over there, because that's where we want to go now. Just got to figure out the path back. Here we go. Cool. So now we can go down the stairs. Bosh, 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 bosh. Open the door. Right, now we want to route the water towards these steps. Nice and simple. Boom. And that will activate the elevator at the top of the steps. I keep calling it an elevator. It's a lift. I'm British. I need to stop doing that. I read too many walkthroughs and they all come from Americans. Right, so this is where Sirius and Akinar's rooms are going to be in this age. So if we head over this way, so this is Akinar's area. Here he is. It's going to say some random old shite that you can't understand. The idea is he's been ruling over this age and its people, and like in, you know, making them scared and torturing them, and hey, if you don't abide my will, I'll feed you to the muncher. That sort of thing, you know. He's a sadist, he's a horrible bastard. That's his deal, right? So if we go further on from... Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Go further on from there. His bedroom's over here. We can find his page, which is down here. There's this imager as well, which like shows videos of him doing his malarkey. There's another one here. But there's one in here which I will show you, and I'll turn up the sound for, because it's quite a nice little message.
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear brother. What a very interesting device you have here. I'm not erasing anything important, am I? Remember, he is preparing. Take only one page, my dear brother.
Ah, hints to a page there. I will turn the sound down again so that you can hear things correctly. Okay, so yeah, they're talking about the white page. That was in 2 parts. So I think the other half of it actually is in this age. So if I go back the other way and we'll go to Sirius's room. That was Sirius, by the way. I think his page is in... Yeah, there we go. There's the other half. So again, make a note of that, and then hopefully you can read the full message now. We'll come back to that, because that's end game stuff. But yeah, it's all important. So yeah, we could grab Sirius's page from this room as well if you wanted to. I'm trying to remember where it is now. There it is. Let's keep it with Sirius. We've mainly mained the red pages, so we'll just keep doing that. Okay, back we go, and we'll get out. We've already opened the exit to the age, so I'll just route the water there, and we'll head that way. So back to the bottom. So we'll follow the water this way. Yeah, that's what we want. Actually, I want it to change direction a little bit earlier. I want it to go. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I got a bit. This is the problem with this sometimes, is that you get a little bit turned around. Right, okay, we're going this way. That's where we want to go. Cool, cool. No, not that way. I want that to go that way. And now that'll go across the pipe and lead into the elevator to let us out. But we can't go along the pipe, can't walk on a pipe. We've got to go around to that bridge that we activated at the start. There we go. You can hear the water is flowing. Up we go. Lights, and back to Myst Island. 3 ages down, 1 more to go. And I've left this one to the end because it's the one that nobody really likes. So yeah, we'll get it over and done with as quick as I can, but it's a little bit in depth, this one. So yeah, let's see that page in the book, yada yada yada. We get more messages from Sirius. He's giving you hints as to... Yeah, he's imprisoned. He wants to get out, but you don't want to let him. That's a bad ending. You don't want to do that. Right. Okay. We need the hint. We need the hint. That's what we need to do. So we'll get this directed at the rocket ship, and this will give us the hint to enter the Selenetic Age, I think is how it's pronounced. But yeah, this is the final age in the game. It's my least favourite. It's quite involved. Boom. Okay, last hint. Up the tower we go. Bosh. Okay, here's our hint. 59 volts. Make a note, take a photo, take a screenshot, do what you need to do. It's important. Okay, back down we go, and we will use this information on another place on Myst Island. Hope everybody's doing alright. Hope this isn't too dry. Yeah, hope everyone's doing okay, as best as you can. Cool. Right, let's leave the library. Press the paint in to open the exit. Boom. And away we go. Okay, so 59 volts. So the last place we haven't been is over here. So we head down here and open this door. We get access to the power generator for the island. So basically, when we click these, it raises the voltage. Right, I'll put everything on. Basically, we want to get this number to 59 volts, okay? So now we need to figure out what to take off. There we go, 59 volts. So Now we need to send that electricity to the rocket ship. So if we head over here, we need to first hit that. Now we'll head over to the rocket ship. There's another switch here, and that should power the entrance to the rocket ship. Okay, this puzzle. I hate this puzzle. So we've got a keyboard that you can interact with, and we've got some sliders that also sound very similar to the keyboard. So what we're doing here, I'll go back to the library quickly because this will be the main hint for this. Is that the right book? Yes, it is. Okay, so these are the keys that we need to input into the slider. So you basically have to press this one first and then move the first slider to be the same note as that key. It is a ball ache to do by ear, and it really requires you to have perfect pitch essentially to be able to get the noise to be the same as the one on the keyboard, right? It's a pain in the arse. It's not a nice puzzle. I think it's a little bit too over the top personally. However, what I would recommend doing is going on the internet, finding a walkthrough, and basically finding out the amount of steps it takes for each slider to get to the right note, and that's how I do it. So I've got that reference with me here. So the first one here, and I'll just get to it on my phone quickly. Yeah, it's a pain. It's a rubbish puzzle. I don't like it at all, and it's one of the few bad puzzles in this game. So the first one needs to go 8 notes up. So we'll take this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the next one is 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The next one is 23, 21, 22, 23. Next one is 13, 8, 9, oh hang on, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then the last one is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I've done this right, there we go. Access to the Selenite gauge. What a crap puzzle that is. Anyway, let's go in. Yeah, not a fan of that. Okay, into the Selenite gauge. So it's very foggy. As we move in, we basically want to be opening this door, and the way we do it is via this slider here. This makes a load of noises, and we want to know basically what noise is in which position essentially. So the way you do that is around the island there are these little jammies that you want to activate. I think there's 5 of them. So we'll just go and find those, turn those switches on. Oh. You can hear the noise they're making. Oh, there's a page, by the way. Dun, dun, dun. There isn't rooms in this age either. Sirius and Achenar don't have rooms. It's a bit strange. I just went that way. Don't think I've done this one. And then there's one more near the start. Yeah, there we go, over the trees. Bunk. And there's the other page if you wanted to get the blue page. Cool. Okay, so now that we've activated that, we want to head over to that well that you may have seen a minute ago. I think it's this way. Here it is. So we head down here, turn the lights on, go through here, back up we go, and now we have access to this doohickey. So we basically want to move it to each of these symbols to get the sound, right? So again, this is a bit of a pain in the arse, but yeah. So the first one is 153 degrees. You'll know when you're close to it because the arrows start to flash and you can hear the sound. So there's the water, that's the first one. 130. There we go. That's the volcano sound. Clock is cool. Next is the tower, which is on 15 apparently. Oh, makes this weird pan fluty kind of deal. And then the last one is 212, which is the wind sound. 212.2. There we go. So the order there you go. So yeah, that's the order that we need to put them into that machine next to the door at the start of the age. So if we head up this way, back this way, no, there it is. Okay, cool. So first one is pan flute. Second is this water. Third one is the wind, which is there. Second is the fourth is the volcano. That one. And the last one is, where are we? Clock. Bosh. Game audio could do with going up a bit and mic down a bit. Okay, I will do that for you. Let me go down there and I'll go up there. Let me know if that's a little bit better, buddy. Okay, cool. Right, now into this submarine doohickey. Now remember when we were doing the mechanical age and we were moving the tower around and it was making a noise to show you what direction you were facing in, north, south, east and west, right? Well, that's how you navigate this absolute nightmare of a maze. Now, the way it wants you to play this is to basically explore and make a map, right? But annoyingly, this maze is just enormous. Okay, so I've got the route through the maze written in front of me here because quite frankly I do not want to have to try and map this out on stream because it will take forever. Okay, there are lots of steps to this maze and it's basically dependent on the sound and what direction you're facing and where you need to go, and you need to figure out the route through it by mapping it out and writing down exactly where you're going and trying to map it out yourself. But yeah, there's so many dead ends, there's so many ways you could go wrong, there's so many ways you can backtrack. It's a nightmare, okay? So we'll just go through it, okay? So first step is north. This is the longest, most boring bit of the game. I'm sorry guys, but you're just going to be having to watch a little circle animation of me moving around on the tracks here. Okay, oh, wrong way. Next one is west. You also have all the variants, so you can go north, east, northwest. Yeah, you can go wrong so many times. Here we go, next west. Oh, it's just a nightmare, man. This one age is the point. in the game where it gets a little bit disappointing and the puzzle gets a little bit too convoluted for its own good. Right, north. Yeah, like I say, there's an awful lot of steps to this, and it's just a bit dull having to figure it out by yourself and having to map it out by hand and try and figure out where you're going. So yeah, probably best to refer to a walkthrough, because the quicker you can get out of here the better. And if you wanted to go for full completionist run and get in every page in every age, this means you'd have to do this twice, and screw coming back to this age, man. Okay, then we want to go east twice. So that's the first of the east travels. Let's do that again. Yeah, I mean, if any part of Myst is going to put someone off completing it, it's going to be this age, unfortunately. So yeah, make it easier on yourself. Walk through it up. And as you can hear, the sounds obviously relate to the way we're facing, as per the mechanical age. Right, next we're going south twice. Yeah, sorry that this is a thing that we have to do. It is unfortunately quite dull. South again. We're about halfway through this, by the way. This is how long this section is. My day was good, man. Work was okay. A little bit more chilled as per last week. It's been pretty nuts at the moment. I work in a school, so as you can imagine, things are very strange and awkward, and yeah, lots of worry for a lot of people, and lots of queries to answer. Okay, west. But yeah, seems like things are getting in check now, and a little bit more under control. So yeah, a little bit more chill today. Oh, look at the animation. We're tilting in weird angles and stuff. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I think the graphics have aged pretty well, to be honest with you. It gets across what it's trying to show, right? But it is very early CGI. I tell you what's aged really well, though, is Riven. That still holds up. That's a really pretty game. Okay, so what did I just do? It was west, wasn't it? So I want to go southwest now. That's the wrong way. It is hella confusing, but like, yeah, like I say, it's just nice to sit down with a walkthrough with it and just like explore it and find out like how it ticks. I think the puzzles are set up pretty like logically once you like understand how they work. Okay, so we're going west now. Ah, wrong way. But yeah, it's just kind of relaxing, and once you've done it once, it's just nice to go through it again. It's one of those like comfort games for me now. Cool. And now we're going northwest. We're nearly there, guys. I'm sorry about how long this takes, but yeah, it's a bit of a brutal stage, this one. More divergences in the track. At least it tries to keep you engaged with different animations, but don't know how exciting looking at a railway track is, or a monorail track. So now we need to go northeast. Made it back in time for the worst puzzle. You did indeed. We're nearly there. 2 more steps and then we're out of this maze. So north. Well, More crazy track tilts. Come on. Okay, lads. Final step. Southeast. No, that's northeast. Cool. We made it. Whew. Yeah. I only like coming into this age once if I can do it. If I'm going for full completionist, then I'll obviously try and get both pages, but it's just a chore going through here, so make a note of the route, and it's just a little bit nicer to do. And we've arrived. Cool. Let's get the hell out of this train. Monorail thing. And there we go, there's the book back to Myst Island. Right, lads. This is the final message from Cirrus that we're going to get from this book, and it is the final clue to completing this game. So, let's put this into the book and watch this play out.
You finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust that from your explorations you've become convinced that my wicked brother Akbar is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. It was father who was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds of them, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here in this room, on this island named Myst, that he housed most of these books. But such a waste. By now, you have surely discovered that Akhenar has burnt and mutilated most of these books. Why? Our father was always watchful of our exploration. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to the Myst books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the Myst ages than he had given. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. This thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity too late. He had completely destroyed all of the Myst ages but 4. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Akhenar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. To discover the truth, our father embarked on one final journey. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, entrapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves in this library which is mostly burned but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158 and recreate it on the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released, and able to reward you, of course. nor the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. It chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release him. There is another warning. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book, you also will be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will be face to face.
And there we go. Okay, so a final hint as to how to complete the game. Okay, so yeah, Sirius is a baddie, Akenar's a baddie. We don't really want to be giving them their last pages, so we do kind of want to look at that green book. So the hint there was to go to the library, and on the middle shelf the last book is burnt, but it has all these patterns in it, and he told us to go to pattern 158. Bum 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 bum. And that's this pattern here. So make a note of that, because we are going to be putting that into a device in the library which we haven't seen yet. Okay. So yeah, also nice little tidbit. The two brothers, so the red one is Sirius and blue one is Akenar. Akenar is played by Rand Miller, who is one of the developers of the game, and Sirius is played by Robin Miller, who is also one of the developers of the game. Pretty homegrown effort this, I love that. Akenar being played by Rand Miller is kind of interesting because Atris, who we saw in the imager at the start of the game, is also played by Rand Miller. I think he does a good job of like playing two characters and making them quite distinct, so yeah. Okay, into the fireplace, press the button, and we've got access to this. So this is where we put in the pattern, basically, to access the final pages and the green book. So we'll just do that quickly, using the reference of the image I just took. Nice and easy. That one there, and then there's these lads over here. I think that's it. And we press the button again. Cool, so there you go. Final blue page, final red page. Leave them alone. We want best ending. Hit the green book.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here to Dunny. Not yet. Oh, I have many questions for you, my friend. As you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Oh. Perhaps my story is in order. My name is Atris. I fear you've met my sons, Sirius and Akenar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island. In my library. Oh, it contains my works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books that linked me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. Oh, but the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. But I had no idea my own sons would be entrapped. My sons, Sirius and Akenar, we had many journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could see the greed growing in them. I had not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know the books were traps. They begged me for access to those books, and I, of course, denied them. devised a plan. An evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed. Their own mother. They used their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine. To lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to Myst, except that they removed a single page from my Myst linking book. I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah, Akinar is absolutely telling the truth. Sorry, not Akinar, that's Atris. Sorry. Played by the same actor. That's how I get confused. Oh no. What's going on? Game is paused. Press any key to continue. Oh no! No! Don't do this. Hang on a second. We might be able to resolve this situation. Okay. Let me resume. So, okay, I've lost access to this. Don't worry about the guy. We can do this. It's all good. So if I just quickly quit. Don't worry about this. It's all coming back. We'll jump back in. Right. Ignore that we had to restart. It's fine. We can still do this, okay? It's not a problem. Okay. So the two halves of the white page basically give us the final hint to getting the final page of Atris's Green Book, okay? So that we could get to Dunny and free him so that he can go and deal some justice, right? So the way that works is the two halves of the paper basically give us that hint, right? So say all the marker switches were active like they were before, so I'll just go and quickly do that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry that I have to do all this again, but yeah, it's just because the game crashed on us there. It's fine, it's old, don't worry. Luckily, we can speedrun the shit out of this. Okay, and let's get the last one. Okay, so all the marker switches are on now. So, like I say, those two halves of the pages give us the hint to get the final page to the book for Dunny. And all that is deactivating the first marker switch on the dock here. Boom! Boom. There's the final page. So away we go. Back into the fireplace. Press the button again. Got to do that stupid pattern again, so let me just get that back open. Okay. And boom. Back we go. Right, he's going to say the message that we just listened to again, but it's fine. We've got the page, so we can go in. It's all good. Boom, and we're in Dunny. So this is the home of the Dunny people. They are the race of humans that have the art to be able to write Myst Ages, the linking books to different worlds, basically. They're the only people that can do it. So yeah, and Atris is over here. So let's go and speak to him.
Ah, my friend. You've returned. And the page, did you bring the page? Ah, give it to me.
Here you go, bud.
You've done the right thing. I have a difficult choice to make. My sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
Away he goes to Myst to deal some damn justice. Donnie is also slang for toilet. Yes, Jen. He'll be back, don't worry. Unless the game freezes on me again. But I think we're good, yeah. Oh, here he is.
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend. But my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. Oh, and reward, I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst, the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your explorations satisfying. You will no longer have my sons to deal with.
Come on.
Oh, and one more favor. I am fighting a foe much greater than my sons could even imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, feel free to enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you again.
And of course he will actually call upon us for the sequel, Riven. The sequel to Myst. But that's a story for another time.
The book. You can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
Thank you. Cool. So we can click the book, head back to the island. Believe it or not, guys, we're done. So yeah, I will quickly show you what has now happened in the library. So if we head over to the red and blue books, oh mate, they've been blown up. There's just a scorch from where Atreus has destroyed the books, sealing his sons away in ages that can never be returned to, which is pretty harsh. Yeah, that's Myst, guys. That's it. We don't get a credit sequence at all. Yeah, you just left your own devices. You can explore the island and have a grand old time and enjoy the atmosphere, take it all in. Yeah, that's it. That's it. The band face. Yeah, so if you ever wanted to play this, like I say, there are different ports. Myst Masterpiece Edition is basically the same as this, except it's running at a higher colour depth. So yeah, there's that version if you want to give it a go. If you want to play it in true 3D, you can do Real Myst or Real Myst Masterpiece Edition. You can't get Real Myst on Steam anymore, but you can still buy it physically if you want to play it that way. But yeah, it's basically just a 3D first-person version of the game. That's the first way I played it. I really enjoy Real Myst, but yeah, it's kind of been superseded by Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, which is basically the same damn thing, but it's got like higher textures, it runs in HD, and it looks lovely, and it's a great old thing to play. So yeah, there's the band face. Yeah, that's that basically. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope that like made sense, and I hope like yeah, you could see the logic of the puzzles and how it all works and stuff. Like if any of you want to play it and like off the back of this, then I feel like I've done my job. Obviously, I've spoiled everything for you, but I think it's a nice little thing to play through. It's got good atmosphere. It's a lovely world to explore. Alright, yes, it's dated a little bit visually now, but I think it still holds up really well. I really enjoy replaying it. It's just nice to go through. And yeah, like I say, if you want to play it enhanced and nice version, is probably go for Real Myst Masterpiece Edition. Speaking of pissed, by the way, that is a thing that exists. It is a parody of Myst. It is impossible to play nowadays. It only really works on like Windows 95 and Windows 3.1. I had to like set up a virtual box to play it, and it was a pain in the arse. If you want to check it out, like there's nothing that you can't get from it by just watching a video on YouTube. We can do Riven at some point. Like the only thing with Riven though is I will have to play it with a walkthrough. It's not as like logical as Myst. It's such a bigger area that like yeah, it's tougher to get into. It's not as easier to pass. It's one big area with like 5 different islands that all interconnect. You don't travel to them like different ages like you do in the Myst. In Myst, it's all connected one big area, and stuff that you do on one island may affect something that happens on another island, and it all doesn't really link up very well in my mind. So I played through it as a walkthrough. It was fun. It was a good game. It looks amazing. It still holds up really well. It's got great atmosphere, and yeah, expands the Myst lore, of which there is a lot, believe it or not. But yeah, like we can do that at some point. But yeah, it's just a tougher thing to play, and it's a little bit more difficult to pass for me. So yeah, it's not as chill. But yeah, we can do like Real Myst at some point, so you can get an idea of like how different it is to the original and what it does and enhances. But yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely thinking of doing Resident Evil 2 for the Gamecom. So I actually have it working. I found an emulator that totally does it. It's not entirely accurate, and I'll explain that like on the stream. But yeah, we'll do it because like I've wanted to play through that like front to back because it's good. Like it's genuinely a decent port. Like for a handheld version of like Resident Evil 2, it works. It's like easy to pass what's going on, and like I just think it would be fun to do. And yeah, I'd love to actually go through it in its entirety because I have never done it, and it seems like the stream is a good idea to do it. So yeah, I've got that on standby. I'll try and do that tomorrow night. If you want to tune in, we'll do it at summertime, 8 o'clock if you want. And yeah, we'll have some Gamecom action. Oh Christ, it's the Gamecom, man. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so if that sounds cool, yeah, we'll hit that up tomorrow night, and we'll struggle our way through Resident Evil 2 for the Gamecom. Yeah, it's just one of those things I've wanted to complete for a while, and the fact that you can emulate it is pretty cool. So yeah, we'll give it a go. Emulation isn't like entirely accurate, and I'll explain that on stream. But yeah, I'll see you back tomorrow night then, guys. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me for a bit of Myst action. I hope that was fun. I hope it wasn't too dry. I enjoyed myself. But yeah, take it easy. Signing off. Have a nice evening. Hope everybody's doing well. And fuck the Tories.